What is going on, everybody? I hope you are alive and well. If you're watching this video, you're probably alive, and I hope that you're well. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the different topics inside of the hair system Reddit that I'm linking down below. We're going to be talking about what you do when you have very diffuse hair on the sides of your head, what to do there, how short you can wear a hair system, and maybe even more if we have time. So let's just jump right in, shall we? All right, so this is a post that came about 10 days ago, and the guy is asking, are the backs and sides of my hair too thin for a hair system? So I wanted to take a look through these photos with you and comment down below what you think. So we see definitely some diffuse hair loss right here, receded temples, of course. That is a blurry shot that looks like it was taken after a couple of shots of tequila. So this is the back of his head, which looks pretty good, but of course we see some hair loss right there. But this is actually pretty good density. So the main question at hand right here is, of course, this right here. We see this diffuse line right here where the hair loss is definitely a little bit more so. But it's really interesting, you know, there's still a substantial amount of hair right here, which I would actually say this gentleman may not need a hair system right now if he's willing to try medication. But if not, hair system is definitely possible. So what would I do with this right here? One of two things. The first idea is this: if you are going to get a hair system, you can do one, you can go with a fade where there's less hair down here, which is where his diffuse thinning is, so that it fades up and then meets your hair system up on top. That will probably prevent a lot of this diffuse thinning that we see in this picture from actually showing. Now, the other thing that you can potentially do is, of course, get a lower density hair system, which is what I recommend for just about every single person out there. But for this gentleman, you might really want to consider that with the extra low density on the side of the hair system. With this being what it is right here, if the density up top is lower, it's not going to really look like much of an issue. It's going to be more of a mature hairline. Now, this next video that I'm showing you is actually a short clip of a man with a hair system, but the thing that's really interesting about this is how short it is. Let's take a look. So many people avoid actually having a short hair system because it's hard to achieve, although there is a YouTube channel out there of a man who was posting videos for a while. I'm not sure if he is anymore, called Dave's Hair System, where he would rock a short hairstyle like this. But check this out, very, very short, obviously wearing a hair system. And if we look right here, it looks pretty decent. Of course, there's a little bit of a shadow right there, so it's hard to tell, but this right here looks like the color match is really spot on, and it looks like there is a decent job at the blend right here. Now, I wanted to post this because I think that there is a lot of examples of very bad short hair systems out there where the color isn't exactly right, the blend isn't exactly right, and the density isn't exactly right, and they can just look like an absolute mess. So I wanted to showcase this because I think it's a good example that it can be done. It's just tough to have a short hair system and have it look good. All right, let's jump into a third question that I found here on the Reddit. Now, this gentleman is asking, I have a poly unit and will be on vacation and will be in the water 75% of the day. What is the best waterproof adhesive? He's currently using Ghost Bond XL, and as long as he's not sweating, it stays on, but any kind of sweating, and it's immediately 50% weaker. It won't lift by itself, but if you lift it, it won't stay down. Whenever he showers, it comes up until I dry it off, and then it'll become sticky again, but hold at a much weaker rate. So he's wondering, you know, being in about 90-degree heat, he's gonna be sweating, he's gonna be in water, he needs a waterproof glue. So there's two main categories of hair system glue out there that you can utilize. One is silicone based and the other is actually acrylic based. Now, silicone adhesive is things like a Ghost Bond. It's actually based off of silicone, and these are much weaker comparatively to their acrylic counterparts. They're also much more friendly to skin, to those that have sensitive skin, but they dissolve much easier when it comes to heat and to sweat. When I first got a hair system, I found that I couldn't really go past, man, like 5 or 6 days, and I was having terrible lifts of my hairline. It was only when I switched to acrylic, and then I actually switched to specifically tape, that I found that I can actually get good longevity of time with my hair system. So that right there is my pro tip for this guy right here. It's a life changer. Even if you don't want to use acrylic on a day-to-day basis, doing it for vacation, using it with tape, man, it's a lifesaver, and it's so much easier. Anyways, these are just a couple rapid fire questions that I found inside of the hair system community. There's a lot of value that's being distributed inside of there. People are asking questions about where to go, what hair systems to wear, how to take care of things. I highly suggest, if you're not signed up, that you actually check this out. It's growing day by day by day. It's getting bigger and bigger. So make sure you check it out. I look forward to talking to you. See you soon.